Weigh-ins just happened. BKFC 57 tomorrow night. Luis Palomino gets a chance to once again become the double champ, taking on Austin Trout. Just first off, Chris Lytle, as a fight fan, how excited are you for this one?
Man, not only am I excited for this card because it's one of the best cards we've put on in a long time, maybe ever. I know top to bottom it's so good, but man, it's like our first one in numbered one this year. You know, I feel like it's been a long time since we put on, almost 2 months, so I'm excited, dude.
What do you think is the biggest hurdle for Luis to clear in this fight against Austin?
That experience, that jab. I mean, this is not bare knuckle experience, but fight experience. Austin Trout's been fighting forever, world champion, knows how to pop, keep that distance, keep that range. It's all about range. If Palomino can get in there, it's going to be easy, but if he can't, it's going to be a tough night.
Luis is a very experienced guy, and when I interviewed Austin, one thing that really left me from what he said is, this isn't the biggest fight of my career. You know, we've seen him against Miguel, we've seen him against Canelo, but it's the biggest fight of Luis's career. How much can that pressure weigh on a fighter here in his hometown looking to regain that title?
That's the thing I think people realize. It is the hometown thing that makes kind of the bigger thing, but also you add that this is his biggest fight. That can do two things. It depends on the fighter. That can make them shrink down or it can make him swell up. You never know what kind of fighter it is until you put him in that moment. So we're going to find out, you know, what kind of person is Palomino. He's always rose with the challenge so far, but that hasn't been the biggest fight of his career, so we'll see what this does for him.
And on the side of Austin, is this too much too soon in the thought of, yes, he's a world-class caliber pugilist, but this is bare-knuckle fighting. This is a different animal, and you're jumping from Diego, who's a beloved mixed martial artist, up to the echelon. This is Mount Everest, man.
That's what makes this fight so entertaining. We don't know. There's a big question mark right there, because just what you're saying, you had one fight against Diego, who is a world-class fighter. However, you know, that's one style of fighting. You know, Palomino's went against different kinds of guys. He knows how to do this sport, without a doubt. Does Trout? We don't know. I mean, we know he has what it takes to be a great boxer. We know how he can do what it takes to beat Diego, but can you beat other people? We don't know. That's why this is intriguing. I mean, if he had more fights, I think we'd know a lot more about this. We don't, and that's where the question marks are, and that's why you should tune in to watch it.
I got the opportunity to interview a couple of fighters that are both returning from like a year away due to hand injuries. What are your thoughts on Christine Vicens? We've seen her with two amazing performances against some high-caliber ladies, and now she's returning.
Man, she's been fantastic. I mean, she's beat some tough ladies, so and she looked fantastic doing it. I've been really impressed with her. We're going to find out. You know, she's got a fight against a very tough girl with Sydney Smith, so it should be a very entertaining fight.
Brian Duran, Louis Lopez, to me, feels like the fight that could steal the show if one fight does take away some of that highlight from the main event. Am I wrong, or do you have another one that you want to throw on that list?
People have been asking me what fight am I most excited about, and I'm telling them that, you know, because that is a fight we got, you know, Lopez was very close to winning the title, and Duran's never been beat, so I think it's a crossroads fight for both guys. Both guys, I saw them at the weigh-ins, and as soon as I got off the elevator, I walk over, both guys are talking trash back and forth. Both these guys believe they're going to win. They believe the other guy has no business being in there. So when you get a fight like that where they both believe, that makes for a great fight.
Tonight, my favorite weigh-in was Doolittle and Esparza. What do you think of that fight?
Totally about who's able to implement their game plan. It's about distance. It's about range. If it's an inside fight, Doolittle wins. If it's a long fight, Escobedo wins. You know, Escobedo wins. So that it's just who's able to control the range is going to win the fight.
We're in Southern Florida, BKFC 57. Chris Lytle, thank you for the preview.
Of course. It's going to be a good one.